Hi, favored ones. Welcome to Soul Talk. Our guest for today is Coach Aiet de la Torre. And I'm so happy to have her here with us. She is a financial and business strategist. She is the co owner of XDT Business Group and a member of various independent women networks. So talagang mompreneur, Six Sigma coach, a social entrepreneur. But what I love best about her work is providing help to micro, small, medium enterprises. So she brings fresh insights so that they could sustain their businesses. So without further ado, we have Coach Ayet with us. Welcome.
Hi guys! Good evening, good morning, kung ano mang oras ito Ayan,
Actually, hapon. Hapon
ayan,
ang
oo.
broadcast.
Thank you,
How
thank you
are
for
you?
having
How's the
me.
holidays?
Ay nako, ang ganda-ganda. Sabi nga nila, different ang ating Christmas this year, di ba? Last year
Mm-mm.
actually, tsaka yung New Year. Pero feeling ko, the moment it started, COVID, March pa lang, feeling ko Pasko. Kasi lahat kami nasa bahay, sama-sama, yan, ang saya-saya. So my holidays is spent with the kids
Mm-hmm.
and we acquired a new puppy. So that's an addition to our joy. Ayan, at saka, ayun, kain na kain.
Pero payat ka pa
Ang
rin.
saya-saya. Hindi mo na nakikita.
Oh my gosh. Pero ano ha, kasi Coach Ayat, ilan na ba yung anak mo? You don't really look like
You
a
think I
mom with
have?
so many kids.
I started early actually. I started when I was 25. I have four kids and my eldest is 16. So I'm catching up with becoming a teenager again. Siyempre may mga likes sila na magkaiba. I have an adolescent going to teenage years. So parang yung gap din na yun, inaaral ko siya, yung transition na yan. And yung aking bunso ay 7. So transition from preschool to grade school.
Oh my
Ayan.
gosh.
Kailangan aral ng mga mga
Mm-mm.
likes nila, gano'n, para nakaka-relate.
Yes, and that's just the mom side of things. Paano pa kaya sa
Oo.
business side of things,
Oo,
'di ba? And
that's
working with the
another.
husband.
Exactly. Oo, magkaiba pa 'yan. Oo. But I'm enjoying every bit naman. So whatever hat I put on, I make sure that I am there 100% every time.
Mm-mm. That's a good attitude to have to do the best that you can with
Oo,
whatever role that you have.
correct, correct.
Mm-mm.
Nobody's perfect pero syempre, let's try to be better every time.
Yes, that's true. I agree to that. Ano, pero ngayon kasi as we enter 2021, 'di ba? And I know you also have a very significant role in the company, in the
Yes.
business of your husband, 'di ba? And it's consulting talaga eh. Ano ba yung usual challenges that MSMEs would go through at this stage as we enter
Oo.
2021? And what kind of advice would you give coming from a finance and business
Oo.
strategy point of view?
Oo. So, yung strategy at this point, parang it takes a backseat, ano? Not because I don't function at that. Actually, yun yung talagang pinoprovide namin as a firm. The thing is, we go back to structure. Kasi pandemic, nobody is ready. Nobody, kahit may contingency plan ka,
Mm-hmm.
it's nobody, parang kahit kami, hindi kami naging ready on that. But I think the operative word is to be agile. And in order for us to thrive at this point, sabi nga ng maraming mga business mentors natin, we have to adapt and live the change. Kasi if you stay behind, it's either you will have struggle and you will feel the pain really, and then yun nga, the inevitable na baka mag-close pa. So the biggest worry of the MSMEs at this point now sa mga companies and individuals that we handle would be yung possible closure. Kasi based on forecast also, there will be, 2021 is hopefully a better year than 2020, but
Mm-hmm.
pwede kasing ito yung turning point eh. Kasi nagpatikim si 2021, di ba? So
Yes.
yung compliances, yan, which we help them on. The firm is actually looking after the welfare of the company, be it a freelance, a professional, or a company. We make sure that they are able to cope up yung um, yung obligations nila, short term and long term, finance wise, ando doon. Now, kapag nahihirapan sila, that's when the help comes in. So we look into their books, paano ba magkakaroon ng structure ulit. Kasi 'di ba, nasira yung structure eh. Talagang inevitable na kahit you're operating well, you have to close because for the welfare of those people under you. And then I mentioned also yung strategy, diba, taking the backseat because we want to put them on the system again. So whatever system operational that they have, say they have it in digital platform or probably they are still paper and pen, mortar
Oo.
and ano pa din.
Right. Most micro and small
Yes, yes.
usually
Usually, hindi
talaga.
naman yan mag, uh, magpa-purchase ng digital platform because it's unang-una, they're small, and
Mhm.
pangalawa, konti lang yun nasa servan. But then, I see that some of our clients have diverted, di ba? Nag-divert sila from this line of business to this to thrive.
Mhm.
So, yung strategy na ganon, we prescribe it and we recommend it if kaya. Especially if it's within the core business that they have. Kasi kapag masyadong malayo dun sa in-operate nila currently, mas mahirapan silang mag-bounce back,
Sustain. Oo.
kumbaga. Yes. So,
Mm-mm.
yun, I think yung structure na kailangan nilang ayusin, that we are helping them on, tapos yung system on how to get back to the ground.
Mm-mm.
You hit the ground running eh, parang ganon.
Mm-mm.
So, yun. Yun yung where we are at right now sa
Mm-mm.
firm.
Actually, it's very refreshing to hear your insights. Kasi I was also in business before, and I have the background. But then since I shifted, 'di ba? Parang iba na yung mundo na kinaiikutan ko. Although I'm still exposed.
Yes,
But then
yes.
I
Oh.
I, I love your insights, the
Thank you.
positivity and the message of hope that you can adjust. You can fix your foundations, yung structure, and kung kaya mag-divert, then divert. So it shows a lot of resiliency, which Filipinos are really known for.
Exactly. Oo, ang maganda lang sa atin, syempre tayo as sabihin na natin regardless kung large or small company ka kasi, you depend on the people under you, yung grassroots, 'di ba? So ang magiging resilient ka for them because the families are depending on you. So when you think about that, and that's what we also trickle down to the decision makers, yung mga company owners, maganda lang sa amin kasi rekta sa decision makers ang kausap. Di katulad kapag multinational, ang dami, di ba?
Oo, ang
Parang
daming
ang daming
dadaanan.
layer. Yes. And
Bureaucratic, yes.
you cannot implement the recommendations agad. And you cannot see the actions agad because there's a lot of, as you mentioned, layers to go
Mm-mm.
through. So, pag, pag when we go back to their core values, and usually these companies have mission and vision, etc.
Mhm.
Ando doon kasi yung tao eh. Yung tao na nakadepend, na tumutulong sa'yo to succeed in the business. And when they feel that, oh, oo nga no, parang, we don't want to lose them at this point because Filipinos nga are very compassionate and resilient. So, we help them na kahit paano, yung, ma-retain yung number of head para mag-fit pa din dun sa ratio, or if inevitable talaga, you compensate. Kasi at least yun one time, big time pag tinanggal or pag nawala, pero
Yes.
magre-run ka pa din. So
Mm-mm.
that's why the diversification is very important.
Mm. I love the what your main message is, that hindi lang kumpanya yung kausap nyo. It's really
Oo.
people. It's really
Yes.
people-centric and taking care of the families. And I love that you're bringing your your sense of motherhood into the
Oo.
business, that kind of care. And
Nurturing, ano?
oo, lumalabas yun
Oo.
eh, the way you
Oo.
speak and the way you the way you look at things. And that's something a lot of companies would need.
Oo. Actually,
Mm-mm.
kailangan yun kasi parang, ang sabi nga, ang forecast mas maraming magsasara
Mm-mm.
this year. If you have the chance, get a hold of that Time magazine. I'm not
Mm-mm.
sure when was that issued. I think last year. Yun yung fearless forecast nila. But then of course, locally, we wanted to thrive, and as much as ang daming ng mga retailers bigla, 'di ba?
Oo.
Yung mga nasa social media.
Yes.
But then the neighboring countries, sabi nga nila, yun, medyo matatamaan. And we are heading towards socialism. So, ay, nako, sana wag naman. Oo.
Okay. Pero those are all fresh insights, and I love hearing things about business
Oo, let's
once
be,
again.
optimistic, di ba?
Mm.
Ayoko na
Pero
rin.
ang ganda pag pag positive and you're just doing your best to help as much as possible.
Oo. Doon tayo
Ano?
sa nakakatulong lang dapat.
Mm. And kasi yun eh, paano ba nag-start yung pagiging finance and business strategist?
Okay.
In the span of your career,
Oo.
'di
Oo.
ba? Kasi parang may phases 'yon eh in our
Yeah,
lives eh. But
correct.
then you're able to become the person that you are right
Mm-mm.
now as a
Oo.
finance and business strategist because of the past that you have gone through, the journey that you have
Mm-mm.
gone through. Ano ba
Oo.
yung napagdaanan mo? At
Nako,
oo,
bumubukas na ba ako ng mga baon?
di naman,
Okay, okay,
summarize
okay.
lang.
So, ganito, ah, narinig mo na ba 'to, na yung math di naman favorite ng everybody, 'di ba? Yan,
Mm-mm.
hindi, 'di ba? It's a common But then my mom said, math is everywhere. So hindi pa rin ako naniwala sa kanya. And then I took up niya nga, pre-med, etc. Tapos sabi ko, in real life pala, may math talaga. So I met my husband, which is a CPA. Who is a CPA, di ba? So, sabi ko, naku, mukhang hindi talaga ako lulubayan. Tapos, nung nag-aral ako, I took up finance management and, as I recall, managerial accounting, na parang hindi talaga type ng aking It's not really my cup of tea. But then, of course, sabi ko nga, if I will just let the perception get me down, tapos, aralin ko na lang, tapos, mapapakinabangan ko yan in the future, which is nangyayari na nga ngayon. Who knew, diba, from being employed, that I will become an entrepreneur. And more to that, na I will have a family business who is more into math. So, ang sabi ko lang na, nga, no? Parang during that time na nangyari din to sa akin na hindi ko din na manage ng maayos yung aking finances. And then, I am swamped with credit card bills, etc. So sabi ko, I need to reflect and step back, look into the bigger picture. Kasi if I'm gonna, and this was, siguro when I was 30 years old, mga ganon, parang may awakening. Tapos, buti na lang, si husband very supportive also. He knows that it's because he knows how to handle finances na napilitan ako kasi ayoko yung hindi ko alam eh. So, bilang pareho kaming alpha, hindi pwedeng hindi ko alam yung alam niya. Ayun, nakatulong na maigi yun sa akin. Sabi ko, kailangan maging independent-minded ako. Ayan, as a woman, syempre, kailangan alam mo yan ng budget, etc. Sa household, personal. Now, being a finance and business strategist, parang naging obligatory siya at first sa akin. Kasi that's the role that I have to play as a mom, as a wife, and as an employee. Yan. Nung nag-take over na ako 2 years ago dito sa family business, nakita ko na yung inaral ko, eto na yun eh. So, plug and play siya. But then, of course, I have to tweak a little bit because yung mga theories, pwedeng hindi kasi siya applicable, especially sa Philippine setting and
Yes.
dun sa nature of our business. As a business strategist, nakita ko yung help sa office namin, hindi na ako lalayo, sa office muna namin ko in-apply. So if I have to see and forecast, I have to document. If I need to implement something, I need to test. Ganyan. So, lahat ng mga tao sa office, pag nandiyan na ako, naku, hahanapan na naman tayo ng mga ano niya, historical data, document, bakit yung process ganyan. Kasi, para kang nasa malaking area wherein you have to classify the books.
Mm-mm.
So, for example, may problem ako. Nasa step number 2. So, mas madali siyang bigyan ng action, di ba?
Yes.
Kasi, na-plot mo siya eh. So, yung inaral ko, in-apply ko siya. Sinabi kong financial and business strategist kasi we usually have people coming to us who already have a structured system, but they lack strategy. So, what we provide them as insights, and that's what we are there for them then, is when they are able to diversify, to acquire, at saka minsan to let go of the line of business that they don't have much income on. So,
Mm-mm.
doon nila kami na-appreciate because when we say na based on your numbers, in order for you to fulfill your short-term obligation, it's either you choose this or this. Kasi usually some accounting companies would tell you that these are the books, you read them. Tapos hanggang doon lang.
Walang analysis and
yung
recommendations.
oo, yung analysis siguro meron din
Kulang.
Yung forecast mo kasi yung office namin, it's heavy on estate planning eh. Given that the husband is also a CPA tax expert. So yung mga ganon, na-appreciate nila because we just don't look after the business for now. We look after their business for the legacies to come. So, sila, as first gen na nag-start up ng business, they appreciate because, okay, so yung mga second ko, generation and third generation, as long as they apply the same structure that you put up now, it will last them. Kasi usually, kapag second, third generation, medyo nag-hands off na, diba? Yung mga yun. And sayang naman yung simulan. So, I think because we, as you mentioned nga kanina, because people matters to us, we just don't look at them for the now. We also look after them for the next years to come. Kaya business strategist.
That's a beautiful value proposition. As I hear you, parang kahit ako, parang I'll recommend you to my dad or to my
nakakatuwa
uncles.
kasi, tsaka yung feeling mo as a business owner for the now. Mm-hmm. Of course, you are it'll thrive, etc. But you also have targets to achieve. As we handhold you achieving that target, we also want your next generation to do the same, replicate the success. Kasi kapag hindi, parang yun. Parang sayang naman. Kasi, di ba? Nais na natin eh. Parang gano'n. Ayun.
Pero kasi the fact that you're offering that to your clients and that means that your company is already applying it.
Yes.
And it must have been difficult to fix the structure, as you've said, the documentation, the testing.
Yes, naku. Ako ay hindi nila gustong makita sa office.
Maraming resistance for change, no?
I felt that. And yun na, sabi nga nila, if you want to do something, because first and foremost, I'm a continuous improvement advocate. When I was employed for 15 years, in a multinational company, I would always break those processes so that the decision maker would know what to decide on. Okay, so ito yung priority. Everything is urgent, but not everything is important. So when I get dun sa office namin, nakita ko that there's a lot to improve. And it's parang, alam mo yun, yung parang gusto mo talaga
ayusin.
Oo, ganoon. Na nakakatuwa naman because the decision maker, kasi sa office, hindi husband ang decision maker. Boss. Ganyan. So, iba. Pagdating sa bahay, dun siya nagiging hostile. And I think it's okay. I think it's healthy that way. You know
Yes.
why? So that you
Mm-mm.
can throw different insights and challenge. But
Mm-mm.
hanggang dun lang yun. Because para sa akin and para sa kanya, gusto lang naman natin mag-improve eh. So
Yes.
kapag nagtatagisan, hindi naman dahil para manakit, kundi
Mm-mm.
para,
It's for the good of the company.
yes,
Mm-mm.
oo. Yun.
Well,
Kaya, okay lang yun.
I really admire that because um well, I'm into family ministries and counseling. So I know a lot of couple who would say they don't want to work
Ay, initially,
together.
ganyan kami.
Mm.
Kaya ang tagal ko sa corporate. Hindi, siguro kasi I needed to attain that certain level of maturity also.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi dati, pag away, away na talaga. Yung personalan. Pero now, we are able to discern what is business, what is personal. I think, tagal no? 15 years ang 15 years ang inantay pag bago nag-ano. But I think, ano naman, medyo na-achieve naman yung objective in that way. So,
Mm-mm.
tama lang. Tama lang.
Mm-mm.
Pero
Yes.
syempre, mas maganda kung earlier, di ba? I encourage everybody to level up. Yan. Para agad-agad.
All in their own time. Hindi naman kasi hindi kayang madaliin yan eh kung hindi pa talaga ready.
Exactly.
So,
Oh,
it's really a journey. But
correct.
then, looking at your journey sa corporate and
Mm.
then in terms of entering the family business, parang ang nakikita ko is that you were prepared for this role. Do you,
Oo, kasi ang gagaling din ng mga boss ko dati.
oo,
And
parang
most of the bosses that I have are male bosses. So,
so that's why.
oo, male bosses na parang ang hirap i-please. Pero kapag naasar, pagkatas ng meeting, tapos na.
Mm-mm.
But then, dun ako na-challenge eh. I like challenging myself. And yun nga, sabi nga, pag ganun, if you're faced with a lot of endeavors, yung mga hardships, nagiging resourceful ka. So I think, ano, instrumental sila sa growth ko in terms of being operationally sound, yan. Yung paano mag-work, yung relationship, yan. Doon ko sa kanila natutunan yun. Na-apply ko lang din ngayon.
Mm-mm. And I think you were also instrumental in laying the foundation for XDT and Company Inc.
Oo. Ayun naman, magbubuhat na ba ako ng bangko? Hindi,
Oo,
kasi
syempre, di ba,
ganito yan.
those are your
Siyempre, kailangan din natin ng
achievements.
konting pride, di ba?
Yes.
So, the firm has been operating for a decade before I came in. Now, yun nga, because na layout, nagkaroon ng documentation, nagkaroon ng mga structure category, parang ganyan. So, upon getting in, isa lang siya. Tapos binrate ko siya. Sabi ko, you have to have this. So, parang naging tatlo. Because nagkaroon na ng documentation on, this is the objective. So, these are the plans and implementation actions. And so on and so forth. Doon nila nakita na, nga, no? But, with the current headcount, hindi naman kami masyadong, dumami. Kumbaga, of course, nag-expand lang a little bit, pero hindi ko rin siya masyadong dinamihan ng tao because as what Francis Kong mentioned, kasi isa din siya sa mga mentors, isipin mo rin yung direct cost mo, di ba? Kasi marami kang mga tao. So, if you can apply technology, okay yan. So, I think yun yung parang next step sa amin because with the current head ratio, yung headcount ratio namin, we're okay. And fully utilize everybody. And if we're going to expand, kaya pa nila. The thing is, we have to also be on the digital platform. Yun ang challenge ko sa kanila this year. Dapat matuloy yan. Kasi, syempre, ang efficiency ng tao and effectivity, hindi naman pwedeng beyond 85% utilization. So, it's either we burn out o baka layasan ako. So, hindi siya magiging operationally sound. So, if we are to acquire a lot of businesses and people joining because they like the service. Ayan. I have to also take care of the people by alleviating some of the pwede nang i-automate.
Mm-mm.
Yan. Yon. So, ganun. Ganun yung where we are right now.
Parang ano, it's more of streamlining.
Oh, parang ganyan. Oo, ano na ako, ano bang sinabi ko dati? Wala pa naman akong right sizing na ginagawa. Even pandemic ha.
Mm-mm.
And that's also one of the things that I am very proud to say because during the pandemic, sabi ko nga, kaya ba natin pasweldohin at bigyan ng 13-month pay yung mga tao? Okay naman. Actually, yung mga tao na lang, so ilan lang sila, mga tatlo lang, na sila na talaga yung nag-let go of us because we wanted to really operate here in Mandaluyong. So, upon knowing that they have to go back and they are as far as Cavite,
Mm-hmm.
oo, Cavite lang naman, they don't want to go back because of, probable health hazard. And
Mm-mm.
ayun. So, hindi kami yung umayaw. Pero konti lang naman sila.
Mm-mm.
Ayan. And they have their reasons and we respect. Sabi ko nga, hindi ko kayo iiwan, pero iniwan niyo ako. But that's okay. Kasi family naman ang kanilang
Mm-mm.
reason. Mm.
Mm. Pero ano how are you as a boss and how are you as a mom and a wife?
So,
'Di ba?
sige.
Parang na-compartmentalize mo ata yun eh. Or
Oo.
how does
Actually, you
may
have to wear,
intertwine?
um, sometimes it's inevitable not to be, kasi talagang, as a person, you will have that, uh, parang, situation wherein you have to be a mom to a staff because you have to understand where they're coming from. But this is what I do upon getting in the office. So um, I have a lot of surveys. So I have an external and an internal survey. So yung internal survey is like an employee engagement.
Mm-mm.
How are we to you? And you have to rate yourself internally. If you're doing good, tapos we match it. Na, okay, so 5-star ang tingin mo sa sarili mo. But I think you're a 10. Or vice versa. 10 stars ka, but you are an 8 to me. Parang ganyan. So, that's where the coach is, comes to play naman. Now, I would like to be always objective in the office. Hindi ko naman sinasabing I'm the bad cop, di ba? But
Mm-mm.
I want it always to be objective kasi when I coach, I would like it to be for their self-improvement
Mm-mm.
and overall improvement of the office. Kasi if the office is doing great, everybody's benefited. Diba? It's a win-win situation. As a mom, as I've mentioned, iba-iba ang generation. May Gen Z, merong ayan. So, I have to keep up. Kasi sabi nga nila, hindi, it's good to know na lang that I have ate, who has been parang all of, for a long time na. And she's very dependable. But then, of course, you have to still man the household. Generally speaking, when it comes to decision, acquiring a new puppy, it's a responsibility.
Yes, it is.
So, what I teach the children is that um, you act as if ikaw yung responsible for yourself. So, I teach my 7-year-old na, you know what? You have to listen. Pag sila mo kasing, you have to listen to me. Iba yun eh. You know what? I have to set the alarm on your iPad. Pag this time, nag-alarm na siya, you stop. Otherwise, I will keep the charger. So, yung ganong responsibility na you don't take it against them because dun level ka sa kanila. So, dun sa teenager ko na, syempre, ayaw makinig, gusto nagpupuyat, etc.
Mm-mm.
Hindi ka naman pwede nagpupuyat din. At di ko naman din ina-unplug ang wifi. Syempre, ang sakit naman sa heart nun, di ba? Kahit na sino naman. But then, I would like to establish that parang we are friends and you can tell me anything because that's what my dad taught me. And that's how I grew up naman. Na even if I am a 9-year-old or a 16-year-old and a 21-year-old na having problems or issues about my body, about somebody else, or about my friends, ganyan, that I can talk to him about anything. And that's what I wanted to establish. So, may authoritarian times na I have to be mom, but most of the time I am there because you can approach me. I am uh, you can tell me what hurts, yung ganyan. Kung
Mm-mm.
sino yung crush mo, kung meron. Ayan. O yan. Kung sino yung mga barkada.
Mm-mm.
Ako pa nga nagsasabi na, oh, maybe we should give them something. Mga ganyan.
Mm-mm.
So, and recently, since syempre nasa bahay lang, ina-apply ko na rin yung yung pagiging entrepreneurial mindset. So, dun sa mga grade schoolers ko, sabi ko, sige, that's what you wanna do? Okay, let's I'll help you stage it. Meaning, sige, kasi siya, gusto lang niya mag-drawing. So,
Mm-mm.
ginawa ko, let's earn money out of it. Pero ako yung first na, ako yung first na
Client.
buyer. Oo,
Mm-mm.
first client. When she's seeing na that that's how you do it. But I'm
Mm-mm.
already parang giving her the insight on how we do it sa office. So may marketing siya a little bit. You send your friends free of charge. And then PR ganyan.
Mm-mm.
Tapos so nakikita niya na kumikita ako. So you feel happy. So parang hindi ko sinasabing magiging successor ka ng office. But at ngayon,
You're
nagagawa mo
training
siya.
them.
Yes, subliminally, dapat ganon. So, para hindi rin nape-pressure. Kasi gusto niya art, ganyan. But you can earn from art. So, I just told her and guided her how things can happen to her and earn
Mm-mm.
money out of what she wants to do. Now, as a wife, maraming adjustment. Maraming adjustment. Kasi before, employed, so you're out most of the time. And then, now that you're working together, hindi yan, it's not a bed of roses na every time. Sometimes, you're in the house na, and then, he would still, anong ginawa natin, ganyan, parang may due date, mga ganon. Parang pagkagising mo, natapos mo na ba yung report? Sandali lang sandali lang. Parang dati na nag-work ako, may break may vacation leave, ganyan. Ngayon, wala. But then you have to adjust. And then you also have to tell yourself na he's not the husband. It's not because he doesn't like the idea, but because he is looking after everybody. So,
Mm-mm.
yun. So, hindi na naman ako nag-a-adjust. Nag-a-adjust din naman sila. Kasi when I know that I'm right, alam mo yan, pag independent woman, di ba? Alam mo yan. Sasabihin mo talaga, you'll speak your mind. And then, ang sinasabi ko lang na, you know what, I am telling you this because I think this is great. And if you don't feel like it, you have to try it first. Hindi pwedeng hindi muna. Ayun, I assert myself. And I think in any type of relationship, you have to assert.
That's
Kasi
true.
not everybody
Mm-mm.
will appreciate na nanghuhula sila about how you feel. Di ba?
Tama yun. Ever since ba, you were already assertive and very
Oh, very.
expressive of your feelings and
As,
your thoughts?
oo. Kasi sabi ko nga, if I don't, hindi rin ako magiging masaya. Una-una, I cannot stand na silent lang ako. Not because I wanted to make away, but I speak my mind because ayoko manghuhula at mag-extra effort yung kausap ko.
Mm-mm.
And because probably they don't have the time for it because they're very busy. And speaking of my husband, he's very busy. Yung ganon, kung gusto mo kumain, sabi mo na agad kung Japanese ba, saan. Yung pagpupunta ka ng mall. Yan, kasi sometimes, na-experience ko ba yun? Then, na-experience ng mga friends ko. Mahirap kasi parang when you wait, parang you get disappointed because you have a lot of expectations. And yun nga, if you expect too much, you'll end up getting disappointed because kasi baka yung tao, yun naman kayang ibigay. Diba? End of sharing.
ang ganda nun.
Kasi
Parang,
diba?
I feel it's also a message to me. No,
Sorry.
hindi. It's a good thing because I'm also, I've been an introvert and everyone knows that naman. But then through time, I began expressing myself more and
Oo.
asserting my thoughts, and it's a journey for me. And when I hear you speak, I could feel the love that you have, at the same time the level-headedness.
You know
Yon.
why I got married? Because I want companionship. Sabi nga nila, wrong answer. You married because you love. Sabi ko, it's always present dapat, 'di ba? In the first place, you wouldn't spend time because you cannot turn back time. And
Mm-mm.
that is, sabi ko nga among all the gifts that you will give, it's your presence and your time. So, if somebody gave you that or gives you that, 'di ba? Yun.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Yung yung clarity mo when it comes to your actions, your choices. I mean, the way you speak, it seems like you're so clear with what you want and how you want things to be done. Has it always been that way?
No, no. Ano siya, according to you, journey yan sa akin. Kasi I have always been soft-spoken. But I'm not a pushover. That's for sure.
Oo.
Kasi, um, ano ba, I wanted things done. Yun ang clear sa akin. Ayoko lilipas ang taon or ang panahon na hindi ko na-achieve ang something. But, if hindi ko siya, say for example, marami din naman ako mga failures. There are also untick boxes sa aking mga to-do list at New Year's resolution. Yan, mga taon na ang nagdaan. But, sabi ko nga nung una, I get disappointed. Because sabi ko, if I don't forgive myself because I am being probably too hard on my goals, who am I kidding, di ba? I wrote those goals for myself, di ba? There's nobody to blame but myself also. Now, if I work towards it, tapos I felt na ang daming barrier, I shift to the next muna. And I think yung project management na learn ko din when I was in the workforce. Maganda rin siya na i-apply sa real life. Sabi nga nung isa kong friend, i-excel mo ang buhay mo. Ayan. Sabi niya,
Maganda yan.
i-excel mo. Ibig sabihin, yung for the years to come, say 3 to 5 years, tapos i-per day mo siya. Tapos mag-plot ka lang ng mga gusto mong i-achieve for that certain date or certain range of or period. And then if not, the adjust, 'di ba? There will be situations or events that will come na hindi natin alam. But then if it's plotted, yeah, makikita mo may tinuturo si God na baka kaya hindi ko na nagagawa kasi may ganito eh. Di ba parang mas maganda? Parang it's like an open book na you get to also understand na you don't have to be hard on yourself. You have to love yourself more. Why? Because you have targets to achieve. And because I'm that type of person na if I don't achieve na, why? Yan. Hanggang sa makalimang why ako. Pag na, siguro mali yung tanong ko.
Oo.
Or mali yung goal na sinushoot ko. Yun. Ganon siya. And I think it worked sa aking personal relationship sa family, sa aking husband. And over time, I mentioned, over time yan. Hindi yan, one time, big time. And there are a lot of heartaches along the way na, bakit hindi binibigay? Bakit ako? Usually ganun eh. Lord, I prayed for blessings. Ang dami. Hindi ko kaya. Pero when you say blessings kasi, those are problems eh. Sabi ko nga, if siguro, ang dami na lang ni God ng mga wishes, di ba? But then, sabi ko nga, Lord, pag na-action na to, tulungan mo na ako sa ikaw na mag-fulfill. Yan. Medyo mahirap palang maging family. There's a lot to look after and
Okay. Actually, that's marami kang sinabi na very profound. And what I love best.
Oo nga, baka
And then
thank
what
you,
I love
thanks.
best is yung sa project management. 'Di ba? When you set a target and it's not working, there must be something, and you immediately shift
Right.
to another target kasi may rason kung bakit hindi gumagana yung isa.
No.
So that's a good insight, and it can be applied to life na you focus on what's working. You focus on
Oo.
strengths, you focus on the good things.
Oo.
Tapos
Alam mo
maybe
pa paano, sorry to, pero alam mo pa paano ko siya na, there was this period in my life na, alam mo yung parang blank paper, na gusto mo magsulat pero hindi mo alam paano mag-start. So I had that event. And then I, as much as possible, started to list a lot, a lot of things that I want to do to happen in my life, etc. Tapos parang nakapuno ako ng a few pages in a blank notebook. And then, um, sabi ko sa sarili ko, from this time on, there shouldn't be room for loneliness, for hatred, and for being alone. Yung sad ka, wala yan. Kasi, sabi ko nga, and of course, you couple it with prayers, di ba? Kasi, kapag may ganyan, ibig sabihin, wala kang room for the Lord. Kasi, bakit ka nalulungkot? Di ba si Lord light? If you entertain those thoughts na parang it's dark, you're sad, you're gonna get sick, parang hindi siya, parang wala yun. So parang you have to, um, allow him to take part in you. So naglilista lang ako, lista ganyan. E sabi ko, ba't lagi akong pagod? Pala naman kasi, ang dami kong chine-check dun sa to-do list ko. Mukha ko talagang to-do list eh. Tapos, pag sa bahay, matutulog na ako. Or pagdating ko over the weekend, kahit kung ano-ano, nag-start ng gardening, whatever. Years back ako pa maging uso ang plantita, ganyan. Kung ano-ano. Tapos sabi ko, okay din yung ano na yun yung approach na yun yung parang gagawin mo para pagdating mo, pagod ka na, wala ka ng room para di kayo pwede lumabas with friends. Ang gastos, diba?
na yun.
Ang gastos yan. Merong mga gano'n. You start with yourself. Kasi napansin ko na parang if I will be with people and I'm not ready because yun nga, the event is happening, parang baka ma-drag ko lang din sila becoming more, to becoming sad and me becoming more sad. They will take to my, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
Yung ganon. So I have to say, have to complete me first before ako mag-reach out sa kanila. And medyo kulang sa mga, napapansin ko yung mga mas younger sa akin. Ang initial or ang reflex is to really reach out first, and then yun na parang okay nasabi mo pero clueless ka pa din you will depend on the insights of other people. So yung solution, instead na masaya ka kasi mag-aandal, naisip mo siya, it is because it was told by somebody else, and then i-apply mo, tapos parang hindi mo rin naman siya ma-apply ng tama because nire-repel mo rin siya. So parang yun yung ginawa ko na to overcome. And if I'm troubled, I still go back to that approach. To-do list in a nutshell.
Oo.
Get it.
Oo. Actually, maganda yung may to-do list. And then, but still being kind to yourself. Kahit na meron kang hindi na check. Maybe
Totoo
you
yan.
need just more time or maybe you're not yet ready. But I like what you said when you, yung kailangan medyo buo ka bago ka mag-reach out. You must be somehow full before you could give to others. And it also reminds me na, alam mo yung mga blessings na hinihingi, yung mga blessings na binibigay sa atin ng Diyos, sometimes you really have to be ready before you could receive the blessings. Kasi the blessings, it comes with so many
Tama.
responsibilities, sometimes headaches. So if you
Yes.
don't have the maturity to appreciate it, talagang isipin mo na problema ang blessings. Ayun. Pero ang ganda lang ng sinabi mo about it. Yung kanina na,
Thank you.
yung parang yung blessings na parang problem, pero hindi naman, 'di ba? Those are blessings, those are gifts.
Oo.
And you need a certain level of maturity before you could get those. So it's also a reminder for those who are creating their goals this year, for
Oo,
those who
tama.
are handling their businesses, 'di ba? Parang if you're not getting the prayers yet or the blessings yet, you're being readied for it because you need to
Yes.
be ready to handle the
Yes,
blessings.
tama yan. Lakihan mo ang ano, pansalo ha? Kasi pag blessing yan talaga ibigay sa'yo ni Lord. Oh,
Magugulat
ayan
ka.
na.
Pero ano I love the level of awareness that you have and the the approach to always go back to yourself to ask questions because that's also very important. Sinabi mo nga kanina parang maraming urgent pero hindi lahat importante. So mamimili
Oo.
ka, ano yung importante diyan?
Nakaka-stress yun kung lahat important.
Priorities na lang kung gano'n.
Oo, tama, tama.
So before kasi ang ganda na rin ng conversation and we're going to goal setting and you've already shared a lot of insights, a lot of learnings that that you have really gone through for several years ganyan. What message of hope can you share for the rest right now? Those who are so hopeful and they're entering 2021, 'di ba?
Yes.
With the prospect na mas
Ah,
maganda itong year na to kaysa sa last year. Ano yung
tama.
pwede mong ibigay
Ah,
as a finance and a business coach?
oo, sige. So, tama yun. Keep that optimistic attitude. So, let's all hope for a great year ahead, di ba? Of course, couple it with prayers kasi hindi ibibigay sa atin ni Lord, tandaan natin yan, hindi ibibigay sa atin ni Lord kung hindi natin hihingin. At siya, naghihintay lang na humingi sa atin, sa Kanya. Yun. Um, Siguro, if you are venturing to a new startup or you have an existing business, I suggest that you review, 'di ba? Your talents, yung magkaroon ka ng inventory of your skill if you are going to start up. And then make sure that you also choose the right people that will help you build it, 'di ba? Go for mentors or coaches that you think can help you, especially if you have something in common. For those people naman who have an existing business or will really stick to their professional jobs or work, I suggest na um, you level up, skill up. Kasi if you really wanted to improve on something, you have to invest in skilling up. And I've seen that because I also apply that to myself. Before, malay ko ba sa tech, di ba? Hindi ko rin alam yan eh. Pero, yun nga, lahat naman na pag-aaralan. So, I think if we are able to journal everything, mahalaga yun, documenting, and yun, inventory of skills. Kasi from there, you will be able to, to somehow see where you are headed. And if your goals are towards that, I think you're off to a good 2021. Ayan. Happy New Year, everyone.
Oo, talagang yung clarity, I love what you said. And hindi ko na uulitin yon. Panoorin nyo na lang
Oh.
ulit.
Oo. Oy, thank you, Michelle, ah. Nako, ang dami ko palang na ano dito. Buti na lang medyo may mga ano pa ako. May mga sinasabi pa akong hindi masyado detail. Sabi ko sa'yo, baka mag-overtime tayo.
Hindi, kasi naman, I also want to keep it light and positive, di ba? So, actually, I met Coach Aiet through Melissa Profeta. And that's why I'm also grateful to the communities that I've been exposed to right now. And parang nag-align lang. 'Di ba? Parang doon ko rin nakikita paano ginagalaw ng Diyos yung buhay natin. And I resonated so much with Coach Ayet because I also came from the financial sector before and I can relate to what she's saying. So this is a good refresher actually. So I
Good to
love this
know.
conversation.
Me too. I enjoyed.
And I love the no, I love that you're bringing the care and the, the motherly, nurturing side of you into the business. Kasi tatak mo rin yun eh. Nasa tatak mo eh, 'di ba? How you I mean the family business XDT
Yep.
maybe meron siguro ibang higher decision makers, but your stamp is already there, and it
Oo.
shows with the processes, 'di ba?
Mm-mm.
With the strategies that you give to your clients. So you're nandun ka, hindi ka nawawala. And the way I see it, God is using your work so that you could, share that love and be of service as well to others. That's a lot of value the way I
Oo.
see it. So
Sana nga. Oo.
it's
Sana
hindi
ba magsawa
sana.
si Lord sa akin? 'Di ba? Oo.
Hindi
Oo.
naman, parang pakiramdam ko naman kay God and, even the universe, di ba? Ipasa mo yung test mo, bibigyan ka ng more.
Oo, tama 'yan.
So,
Dapat mag-ano,
mm,
mabait lagi, 'no?
oo, ipasa
Tama.
niyo to ng husband mo and then God will definitely give you more.
Oo.
More blessings. Ganun naman yon. Actually, invite rin the viewers. Di ba kasi meron rin kayo yung coffee house
Oh,
with,
yes, yes. Oo,
with,
sige, sige.
oo,
Okay.
ikaw na
So,
mag-invite.
thank you, Michelle, for inviting me here in your very light conversation, and I love it kasi I get to share also what we have sa amin, sa bahay, tsaka sa office. Um, yung coffee house chat namin is going to be aired soon. Instead of every week siya, we actually have it twice a week para we can do more of our
Wow.
may mga kasi sa office medyo dumami yung work, which is we're very thankful also.
Mm-mm.
And then if we will have kidpreneur also, still it's ongoing. It's usually every Saturday, and baka we will have one this summer and sa sem break. So usually ganun pag break yung kids. And then if you have the chance to also like and see our page sa Facebook, that's XDT and Company. And follow me and Coach Aiet and Prof. Sai. Ayan. Sa Facebook, IG, and in LinkedIn.
Mm-mm.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for inviting me.
Thank you
I
so much
enjoyed.
as well. I'm really grateful for this chance to have another chat with you. And
Oh,
I'll be posting the links of your pages and
you.
even the company profile so that at least makita rin nila kung
Oo.
ano yung kabuuan ng work
Oo. So
ninyo.
what we do.
Oo.
Oo, sige, sige. Thank
Numbers are really everywhere. We need to understand numbers.
Oo,
Numbers
you have
tell
to
a
hug.
story.
Kailangan i-welcome mo with open arms yan.
Mm-mm.
Yan.
Ayun.
Tama.
Okay, so don't be afraid of numbers, everyone. All right. So thank you so much, and I remember that you are truly blessed and favored, and lahat ng binibigay ng Diyos, kaya nyo yan. Yun.
Thank you for the reminder
Mm-mm.
also. I
All right.
also wish well for you and your program.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Michelle.
much. God bless everyone. Take care.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year then.